So as I mentioned earlier, here are my fusion lilies. I've bought them like this big bulbs, and I put them in this mixture what I was talking about, so 50% core, 50% natural Baltic peat, acidic peat, with 3 grams per liter Osmocote, 9 months. It's a potash-rich Osmocote, and you can see these huge stems. So, there's a lily beetle. So, we're going to talk about a little bit of lily beetle. You can see that red bug. It's a horror. It's going to eat your lilies. It's going to lay red eggs. And the red eggs are going to hatch into larvae within 3 to 10 days. And they are going to eat the lilies. The larvae are covering themselves with their feces, so they do look like brown, black or dark green bird droppings. That's why the birds are not going to eat. And if you disturb the bug, the beetle, they will drop down and they are going to become a little bit invisible. You can see that it's red, but the backside is black, and you can hear that it's making this high-pitched sound by rubbing the abdomen to the I don't know the English word for this right now, but it's I'm going to dispose of this bug because it's going to eat all the leaves and stems, and it's going to make a mess about my lilies. So back to fusion. Well, this had some frost damage and maybe a little bit of botrytis. There you can see these little whitish specks, typical of botrytis. And this is a triploid lily, which means it has 3 sets of chromosomes, and 2 sets of the chromosomes is from Lilium pardalinum. It's a North American lily which needs acidic soil, acidic and wet soil, especially wet and moist, and sometimes the species grows in marshes or next to ditches. And the other parent is Lilium longiflorum, and Lilium longiflorum has the leaves in a spiral way, so you can see that the leaves are spiral. But Lilium pardalinum has its leaves in whorls, and I tried to grow pardalinum and fusion for many years in our soil, and I failed miserably because this plant needs a lot of moisture and an acidic soil. So I'm going to keep you updated how this plant grows, if there will be any more damage or hail or something, or it's going to flower. Hopefully it's going to give me nice good flowers, and in the autumn I would like to divide this plant and show you the bulb, because it's very interesting. It's not a concentric bulb what usually lilies have, but it's a rhizomatous bulb, which means that there's a bulb and in the sides they're growing new bulbs next to the old bulb, while the concentric bulb is just getting bigger and bigger every year, and it divides. So maybe I will show you these different types of lily bulbs in the autumn or winter, because I think it's very interesting. And I hope you are going to check your lilies for lily beetles and discard them. You can also spray them if you like. There's very little risk of unintentional poisoning of beneficial insects, because this plant is not in flower. It's going to flower in end of June or July in Hungary, so it will go away, it will disintegrate in the plant, and pollinators will not be harmed, because pollinators are very important. I like bees and bugs, that's why I studied for plant doctor, and also because I was interested in plant pathology and plant disease. As I mentioned earlier, I am growing lilies for quite some time now, more than 25 years, and there was nobody who could help me with the pest management of bulbs. So if you like the content, please subscribe and ring the bell, and you can also comment, and see you next time.